Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Daily Spark. Before we begin, just want to let you know what materials you're going to need before we do our activity for today, which is basic knot tying skills. You're going to need a 3 to 6 foot length of rope and some type of post or pole to tie the rope to on a couple of our knots. Just have a simple toy from the house here, but you can use a broomstick or some other type of pole. But before we begin, just want to tell you a little bit more about 4-H and all that we have to offer. I'm Dave Herpy, and I work with our 4-H camps and conference centers across the state. And I'm so glad you could join us today. 4-H is a community for all kids with programs that suit a variety of backgrounds, interests, budgets, and schedules. From in-school to after-school, camps, clubs to camps, 4-H's positive youth development programs are available in your local community and welcome children who want to have fun, learn, and grow. In North Carolina, 4-H is brought to you by NC State University in Raleigh and NC A&T State University in Greensboro through our Cooperative Extension Service. Cooperative Extension's experts and educators share university knowledge, information, and tools you can use every day to improve your life. Before we start with our knots, I'd like to teach you the 4-H pledge. As you may know, the 4-H's stand for head, heart, hands, and health. So if you want to join along with me, I pledge my head to clearer thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world. So today I'm going to teach you some basic knot tying skills. These are useful knots that have a variety of applications or uses, including camps that are useful for boating, camping, and also knots that we use for rock climbing at our 4-H camps. The first knot I'm going to teach you is probably one of the easiest and most basic knots, which is called the square knot. And the reason it's called a square knot is because when you tie it, it looks like a square when you're all done. So what we're going to do is take two ends of a rope, and the use for the square knot is if you wanted to tie two ends of a rope together, or if you had two shorter lengths of rope and you wanted to create a longer length of rope, you can tie one end from each of those ropes together using the square knot. Very simply, the square knot is tied right over left and then left over right. So, right over left, and you're going to have a twist in the rope like so, and then left over right. And you're going to pull those through like so, and there you have it. And you can see it looks like a square. So it's a very strong knot, again, used to secure two ends of a rope together. The next knot I want to teach you is called the Clove Hitch. And the Clove Hitch is a knot that can be used to secure a rope around a post or a pole. This could be useful for boating. Say you wanted to secure your boat to the end of a pier. We're going to take the working end of rope. We're going to wrap it around the post, crisscrossing it like that, and then wrap it around that crisscross, and then pull it tight like so. And you'll see the finished knot is going to look like that, kind of like a letter X around the post. And if you pull on this, the rope doesn't go anywhere. It's securely fastened to the pole. So again, that would be a useful knot in boating if you wanted to anchor your boat to the end of a pier. Another knot that can be used to secure a rope around a post is called the 2 Half Hitches. And the 2 Half Hitches, you're going to take the working end, what we call the working end of rope here, and loop it around the post or the pole. We're going to create a loop of rope like so, and we're going to hang this rope over like this, and then we're going to go over like so, creating that. Looks like that. I'll show you so you can see it from the other side here. So we're going to create this first part of the rope. A bit more slack here. Okay, like so, as you can see. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we're going to, that's the first part there, and then we're going to go around this side, and it's going to look like this. Okay, that's 2 half hitches. Okay, and if we pull it tight, like so, creates a slip knot, and the slip knot can be securely fastened around the post as well. Okay, so that's another type of knot that can be used to secure a end of a rope around a post. The next knot I want to teach you is called the figure 8 knot. And the reason it's called a figure 8 knot is because it looks like a figure 8 when it's all said and done. So we're going to take, again, we call the working end of rope, and we are going to create what we call a bight of rope, like so, just like this. Okay, and we're going to twist the rope once, twist the rope twice, and we're going to bring this end of rope up through, like so. And we create a figure 8. Okay, so again, once again, take working end of rope, create what we call a bight of rope, like so. We're going to twist it once, twice, bring the working end of rope up through that loop that we've created, and there's our figure 8. Okay, and this is the first part of what we call the figure 8 follow through that's used in rock climbing, which is the knot that we use to secure the climbing rope to the tie-in point on our harness, which is the piece of equipment that keeps us secure if we were to fall, that catches our fall with the rope. And that's a more advanced knot, but that's the first part of that figure 8 follow through is the figure 8. All right, and the last knot I want to teach you here is the fisherman's knot. And this can be used as well, in addition to the square knot. It can be used to secure 2 ends of a rope together as well. Okay, but I'm going to take this end of rope over here. I'm going to work with one end of rope to begin with. But basically, we're going to wrap this around a couple times, create a couple loops like that. You can see that. And then we're going to feed, after we've wrapped it around a couple times, we're going to feed this end of rope up through those loops that we've created. And we're going to create a nice, neat looking, almost like an X with the rope, like so. All right, so that's step 1. That's 2 half hitches, or I'm sorry, that's the fisherman's knot on this side, double fisherman's. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side of rope. We're going to loop it around once, loop it around twice, creating those loops of rope. And then we're going to take this end, give a little bit more slack here, loop it around once, twice, and up through, again, those loops of rope that we created, creating that like what looks like a letter X on the rope. And then we can take both of these double fisherman knots and slide them together. And you're going to get a nice, neat looking knot just like that. Okay? And this can be used to create what we call a fixed loop of rope, like this. Okay? We've got a giant loop of rope, and this can be used. This loop of rope, fixed loop of rope, can be used for a variety of applications. So that is the double fisherman's knot. But hope this was fun. And hope you learned some things. And again, these are a lot of the knots that we use at our 4-H camps. And thank you for joining us today. And we're also going to put a resource for you in the comments. Animatedknots.com is a great website that you can go to that shows you how to tie all these different knots step by step. Whether it's a boating knot, a camping knot, or just a general knot for around the house. But thank you again, and we'll see you soon.